MCs come together making millions. Get the motor ready for the white night race. Brag about my bike and put some dollars in your face.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to Motorcycle Madhouse Morning Mayhem. Coming up later on in the show, yes, we're going to be talking about Latino women, baby. And what you got to know if you're going to marry or date one. Yes, that's coming up later on the show. You can hear the whole show on Spotify or see it live on Rumble or the motorcycle or the morning show over on YouTube. Anyway, today, gotta talk about this. I was pretty damn upset with this piece. It seems like the media does not understand anything that has to do with the biker scene, and more importantly, the motorcycle club scene. You know, you hear these people just blatantly lie, and then they let these undercovers come in and lie even more without challenging them. The media is supposed to challenge people, get to the truth. And that's never going to happen anymore. Hell, they let Tucker Carlson go because of the January 6th stuff, because he was exposing that type of things. But this article has to do with the Pagans, but more importantly, it has to do with every club that uses imagery that they consider to be racist. I actually found it funny. They were talking about the bolts and the swastikas, and they really don't know the meaning of why clubs wear that stuff. You know, they called the Pagans a racist organization. I'd have to say, do you see the clubs that they hang around? I do know they have African Americans in the club now. Does that sound racist to you? I don't know, man. And other clubs are doing it as well. They're starting to let different ethnicities in their clubs. But because of the symbols, they get all stupid. Hell, if you look at the Chingalings, they got a Swazi right on their back patch. And it's not all white boys in there. So that's the ignorance of the media. They don't want to research what they're talking about. They only let one side go out. That's why you have to, when you're approached with the subject, have to check everything out. But they don't do that anymore because it's pushing the narrative they want, even if it isn't true. Let's go to the story here. I was undercover in brutal Nazi biker gang, but dodge getting tattoos with clever lie. This from, I guess, an undercover cop. A Nazi biker gang, really? Again, what would other clubs that hang around the Pagans of color say to you about this? They would say, you're a bullshitter. And I say the same thing. The Nazi symbols and stuff were really prevalent in the early decades of what was happening in the scene, especially the 60s, 70s and stuff. It didn't mean you were a racist. Hell, if you watch that documentary on the Hells Angels forever, they had Swazis and some of them were Jewish. It was to keep the public away. Again, it was to keep the public away. Guys didn't want to deal with you. So what better way than be the big, scary, big boogeyman? But they didn't want, the Daily Star, I guess this is. And this is about Ken Crook. Should call him Crook. Nazi biker gang. Really? Come on. Goes on to say right here, Ken Crock of shit, who worked for the ATF. Oh, yeah, they're the most trustworthy organization the cops have in this country. was the first ever agent to ever successfully infiltrate the Pagans. He spent 2 years undercover, and here it is again. The white supremacist gang, during which he witnessed violent crimes, secretly recorded meetings, and even spent several days behind bars on a gun arrest. Goes on to say the 57-year-old managed to win over that blah, 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 blah. He quickly learned that white supremacy was a big part of the Pagans' belief. Writing in his book, they weren't burning crosses, but the racism but many spewed was persistent, blatant, and strong. There are individuals that have them kind of beliefs. This is America. At least I used to think it was, but nowadays you never know. People are going to hold their beliefs. That's like all black clubs. They hold the same kind of beliefs sometimes too. Individuals. But does that make a whole club racist? White supremacists? Again, look at some of the clubs that they hang with. And the answer would say no. Really easy. No. In an appearance on the Jordan Hairbanger show, he revealed that the Pagans were serious when it comes to symbols on their colors, the insignia or patches they wear. Well, kind of equate that. Don't you love your little badge? Aren't you proud of it? Come on, shut up, stupid. You're a meatball. All these patches they wear, there's not a single patch that they wear that doesn't mean something. Something of it may be trivial, and then with my colors, I was selective of what patches I put on. Well, if they were a white supremacist gang, don't you think they would have forced you to put it on? Some of them you earn, some of them it just depends on what's happening, but there were some that were given to me, like the SS lighting boats. Stuff like that, I wasn't like, oh no, hey, I'm not a believer in that. I just took them and never put them on my colors. By the way, how the hell did you get in? Look at this schmuck. You look like a cop. It's easy. I don't know, I wasn't there or any of that stuff, but it's pretty easy. He went on to reveal the gang also had rules when getting the tattoos. After 1 year in the Pagans, you would get Sutar's sword on your neck, and it's kind of a level. After 3, blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. You have to blah, blah these cops, man. But this is the stuff that the media buys out of them. That if you're in a white club, oh, guess what? You're white supremacists. What they don't tell you is a lot of white clubs let Hispanics in. Let different religious in. But they won't tell you that. And especially nowadays, in 2023, if they see a symbol that they don't like, I don't care if it's a World War II Nazi symbol. Put that aside. If they see it, come on, you can't even do your hands without them thinking, hand signals or rest your hands without them thinking it's racist. That's what type of world we have now gotten in this country. People are just asinines. No common sense whatsoever. And they want to put these labels on people without getting down and dirty into what they actually mean. No, they rather listen to the cops. Which, by the way, are not truthful in the first place, acting like something they're not, yes? That's what you have to do as an undercover. You got to be somebody you're not. So you're a professional liar right there. But the media won't see that. The media is just going to spew, hey, the Pagans are a white supremacist club. And any club that wears what they want to wear. God, I'm happy about the First Amendment, even though it's being eroded right now. And that's what the scary part in this country is. We're letting the First Amendment be eroded right in front of us. But then they wonder why clubs don't want to come on and talk to them. Look at the stuff they spew. Would you want to come on a show like that? No. Would you want to go into a newspaper article? No. Because look at the past and what the media perpetrates. Let me know what y'all think, man. Really, let me know what y'all think about this type of stuff. Again, this applies to all clubs. Black, white, whatever. But when they keep on saying SS bolts and Swazis, it's like, dude, you guys are so uneducated, it's funny. Anyway, we're going to go to the second half of the show. Don't forget, Rumble, we're on live, as well as the Morning Madhouse show on YouTube. And then, of course, we go to members only. We got some cool stuff going on at members only. Myself and China Doll brings up a topic. We put a link in the chat room. Click that link, you to come right in as a member on the show live and give your thoughts. It's going to be a good type of new show that we're doing there. Anyway, we'll be right back.
The Insane Throttle Members Only Club on YouTube or Spotify and receive exclusive content Monday through Friday at 9:20 a.m. Central Standard Time. Your membership in the Throttle Club helps keep the show going strong. The Motorcycle Madhouse Morning Show now streaming over on Rumble and YouTube Monday through Friday at 8:15 a.m. Central Standard Time. Tune in Mondays live at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on YouTube for the Madhouse Monday Night Raw with Hollywood and Marco. Grab a beer or some wacky tobacco and sit back and bust the gut. Subscribe to China Doll's Viper Pit to get your dose of the world according to China Doll. Real and honest opinions on what's happening in the world today. Join the Queen Viper and take a walk on the wild side of life on China Doll Viper Pit on YouTube today.